Thank you for joining us today. My name is Layana, and I'm a workers' compensation claims specialist here at the Industrial Commission of Arizona. Today, I will be talking about petitions to reopen. Thank you for joining us today. What we will be covering in today's session will be what is a petition to reopen, the requirements to petition to reopen, the petition to reopen form, petition to reopen notification process for both the Industrial Commission and the carrier, and accepting or denying the petition to reopen. What is a petition to reopen? A petition to reopen is a lifetime right to petition to reopen a claim for active benefits when there is a new, additional, or a previously undiscovered medical condition. An injured worker may petition to reopen a previously closed, compensable claim to secure additional benefits. For example, if one had multiple knee surgeries, which later aggravates the arthritis process, and now that claimant requires a total knee replacement. Now let's discuss what are the requirements to petition to reopen. There are three primary requirements for a petition to reopen. Number one, the petition to reopen must be accompanied by a statement from a physician. This statement must include the physical condition which serves the basis for reopening and its relationship to the industrial injury. Also, the ICA does not review the medical for appropriateness. That will be up to the carrier. If you'd like more information about this, please see ARS 23-1061. Second, a closed claim should not be reopened solely for additional diagnostic or investigative tests. These must be paid by the payer without the necessity of reopening. And lastly, a claim cannot be reopened if it was previously denied by a notice of claim status or a determination by the ICA and the notice of determination has become final. Now there is one exception to this rule. Unless an exception applies under ARS 23-947, excusing a late request for hearing, a claim cannot be reopened if it has been settled as a full and final settlement. Also, a claim cannot be reopened if it was previously denied by a notice of claim status or a determination by the ICA and the notice of determination became final. Next, we will review the petition to reopen form. Upon request, the ICA will provide a petition to reopen form to an injured worker for completion. The fields highlighted in red need to be completed by the injured worker. This form must be signed and dated in order to be processed. When the injured worker does not sign and date the form, we will send it back requesting the injured worker to do so. This form can be completed on our website, printed, mailed, faxed, or dropped off at one of our locations. Next, let's discuss the petition to reopen notification. If you are the adjuster, you have 21 days from the date of this notification located at the top to accept or deny the claim. The date located at the top of this form is what we use to begin the 21-day process. If you do not receive a notification and you are receiving calls for the injured worker or the representative asking you the status of the petition to reopen, you can call us and request a copy. Also, you can log onto your portal and view the file along with the notification. If you'd like access to our portal, call us and we will assist you. Now a brief overview of how the ICA processes your petition to reopen requests. When the ICA receives a request to petition to reopen, the file is reviewed to determine the claim status. For a medical-only claim on which Form 104 has never been issued, the ICA will send a letter to the injured worker indicating the ICA records show the claim is open for benefits and recommend that the injured worker contact the carrier. A copy of both documents is sent to the carrier accompanied by the notification of the petition to reopen. Once again, this is the ICA process. Number one, if closure is not final, ICA will be unable to process the request. Number two, when the petition to reopen is received with medical documentation, it will be processed straight away. And number three, the carrier will have 21 days to respond as set forth in ARS 23-1061I. So let's discuss if the petition to reopen was received without medical. When the petition to reopen is filed without medical, the petition will be held for 14 days until the supporting medical documentation is received. If we do not receive the supporting medical documentation within 14 days, the ICA will send a letter to the injured worker and copy the carrier advising no action by the carrier is required. If a no action letter was sent and the injured worker does submit the supporting medical documentation in a reasonable amount of time, the ICA will formally notify the carrier. The carrier will have 21 days to accept or deny the request, even though the previous letter stated no action was required. All parties retain their protest rights. Now let's discuss the carrier's process. When the formal notification of the petition to reopen has been received, the carrier must notify the injured worker and the ICA of its acceptance or denial in writing. The carrier has 21 days to investigate if they will accept or deny the reopening request. Now let's discuss accepting the petition to reopen. When accepting a petition to reopen, you must verify benefits owed. You will review the work and medical status. You will check to see if temporary total disability and/or temporary partial disability was effective the date the petition to reopen was filed. Also remember, medical benefits are effective 50 days prior to the mailing date. You'll also want to review if there is a time loss or permanent impairment expected. You'll want to verify if the average monthly wage has been established and that there is a 109, which is the notice of average monthly wage, on file. If the monthly wage has already been established, do not reset the injured worker's average monthly wage. The previously determined wage remains in effect. Lastly, if there is not a 109 on file, then wage will need to be established for time loss. For more information on this, please see average monthly wage section for detailed instructions. Now finally, if the adjuster is accepting the petition, one must issue a Form 104, Notice of Claim Status, checking box 9, accepting the petition to reopen, and as previously mentioned, ensure there is a 104 4B on file accompanying the 108 on file. If not, be sure to include. You can refer to ARS 23-1061F for more info. If the wage isn't already set, you will include the 4B and 108 calculations. Lastly, if it is a no time loss claim or medical only, ensure boxes 9 and 3 are marked indicating acceptance as medical only. Lastly, we will discuss denying a petition to reopen. When denying a petition to reopen, you will issue a 104 Notice of Claim Status, checking box 10, denying the petition to reopen. What's optional is box 11, the other box, and it may be checked with details to the injured worker and the Industrial Commission as to why they are denying, but this is discretionary. It is also important that you send the acceptance letter as soon as you can to avoid the injured worker calling the Commission and us sending a solicitation. Also, just a reminder, if the claim was denied, you cannot petition to reopen the claim if the 90-day protest period of a Notice of Claim Status has passed. If a full and final settlement has been issued, you also cannot petition to reopen the claim. Best practices regarding this can be found on our website and under News and Public Notices. Lastly, remember your timeliness. Response to the notification is required within 21 days from the mailing date, and failure to respond to the ICA's notification could result in the ICA pursuing an allegation of bad faith and penalty benefits to the injured worker. I will leave you with some references. This will be the Arizona Workers' Compensation Rules, R20-5-133. There's also Arizona Workers' Compensation Laws, Section 23-1061H and I. You can also visit our website at www.azica.gov. You can click on Forms and locate the Petition to Reopen form to complete it online. This completes our section for the petition to reopen. If you'd like, once again, please visit our website at www.azica.gov. Click on Insurers, and we have our statute and rules available to you online. Thank you, and have a great day.